All right, here I'm going to show you a little example using some nice deep data from the Hubble Space Telescope, here the XDF. So I've loaded in 3 different filters, and one nice thing GLUE shows is that these things are the same shape, and so it allows you to associate them to the same data object. And then I can actually visualize this in RGB like you might want to. So I'm assigning red here to that main one, and then each one of the other colors to a different filter. And then I'm setting the threshold to min-max, because I want a black sky, thanks. And I'm setting the scaling to a cinch, so you can see bright stuff and dim stuff at the same time. So you get this very nice view. But now I also want to look at catalog data, not just image data. So I'm going to go here and get some catalog data from candles, and I'm going to overlay it. Now, to overlay it, I want to glue the declination to the declination here, and then the same thing, of course, with the right ascension. So the image data and the catalog data see the same thing. So now I can take this catalog data, and I don't like this little gray circle, so I'm instead going to make it a pink cross, because that's how I roll. I'm going to drag this and put it on top, and bam, you can see all these galaxies that have been detected in various images, including the XDF. Now I'm going to look at this catalog data, not in our index, same data, but I'm going to look at it from spectroscopic redshifts that have been determined and photometric redshifts, and look at their scatter. And you can see here there's a nice one-to-one line, but there's also a lot of outliers. And I want to understand those outliers. Why is it we're having failures between our spectroscopic and photometric redshifts? So I'm going to drag the sample into the IPython window. What I want to do here is actually build a new thing. Here I'm building a thing called weighted absolute residuals, WAR. I've just made a new entry, you can see it at the bottom there, which allows me to get at the question, how bad are my photo redshifts or my spectral redshifts in units of error? That's what I've built with this weighted absolute residuals thing. Now I'm going to select all of my things that are outliers at the 5 sigma level, and I'm going to go back to my image space, and you actually can't do this, you need to drag the one that says candles, Josh, there you go. Don't do that. Yep, there we go. You can now see them on there. If you look at this image, you can now see all the outliers in place. Now I really only want the ones that are on the XDF area, so what I can do is now select an AND mode selection, do an image selection on top of this selection in the weighted absolute residuals, select, 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 and boom, I only get the ones that are on top of this. Now I can go look at an individual object and see, yes, this is an object where there's a blue thing and a green thing right on top of each other. There must be some kind of deep blender collision issue here, and that's why I'm getting some kind of weird outlier.